I embarrassed my boyfriend at a video game midnight release, and now he won't stop mocking me. My boyfriend Ryan and I are both huge gamers. We've been together for 2 years and usually play stuff together online every night. So when this new game got announced, we were both super excited. It's this open world RPG thing that everyone had been waiting for forever. I went online and pre-ordered 2 copies back in September, one for me and one for Ryan as an early Christmas present. The total came out to like $140. When I was checking out, I saw they were doing this midnight release event at our local game store with free tote bags for everyone who pre-ordered. But it said right there on the website, 1 bag per purchase order. I told Ryan about it and mentioned that if he really wanted his own bag, he should make a separate pre-order. He said he didn't care about some stupid bag and that it was fine. Fast forward to last Thursday. We got to the game store around 11:30 and there was already this massive line wrapped around the building. Everyone was dressed up in costumes from the game and people had brought camping chairs and everything. The energy was actually really cool. We stood in line for like 40 minutes. Ryan kept checking his phone and talking about how hyped he was. When we finally got to the front, I showed them my confirmation email and they handed us our 2 game copies in this nice display box. Then they gave us 1 black tote bag with a game logo on it. I was about to walk away when Ryan leaned over the counter and asked the guy working there if we could get a second bag since we got 2 copies. The employee was maybe 19 and looked exhausted. He said, "Sorry, it's 1 bag per purchase order, not per game." I grabbed Ryan's arm and said, "Let's just go," but he pulled away from me. He started getting loud, saying this was ridiculous and that we should get 2 bags because we bought 2 full price games. The guy behind the counter tried explaining again that the system only logged 1 purchase order, so they could only give out 1 bag. Ryan's face was getting red and he started saying how this was false advertising and they were cheating customers. People in line behind us were staring and getting annoyed because we were holding everything up. One guy yelled, "Come on, man. Some of us want to get home tonight." That's when Ryan really lost it. He slammed his hand on the counter and said this was the stupidest policy he'd ever heard. He demanded to speak to a manager. The employee looked scared and said the manager wasn't there and that he was just following the rules. I could feel everyone's eyes on us. My face was burning. I grabbed Ryan's arm again and said, "It's not the time for this." I literally had to pull him away from the counter while he was still yelling about how unacceptable this was. The guy behind us in line said finally, as we walked past. When we got to the parking lot, Ryan yanked his arm away from me and got in my face. He said I had just embarrassed him in front of everyone and that I should have let him handle it man to man with the employee. I told him he was being rude and aggressive over a free tote bag. He said it wasn't about the bag, it was about the principle. Then he got quiet and wouldn't talk to me the whole drive home. The next morning I tried to apologize for pulling him out of the store, but instead of accepting it or talking about it, he just looked at me and said in this really high-pitched, mocking voice, "It's not the time for this." Then he walked away. He's been doing this for 3 days now. Every single time I try to have a conversation with him, he responds in that stupid voice imitating me. This morning I asked him if he wanted coffee and he goes, "It's not the time for this," in that same ridiculous tone. The game's been sitting on our coffee table unopened because he refuses to play it with me.